Hello and welcome. Today we'll be looking at data cleaning with Excel. By way of introduction, we said that data cleaning in Excel refers to the process of identifying and correcting errors, inconsistencies, or inaccuracies that is found in a data set to make that data set accurate and ready for use, especially during analysis. This is an essential step in analyzing data to ensure that the results that we get at the end of the day is derived based on reliable information. Now, there are common data cleaning tasks that we can do. One is removing duplicates, checking if there are duplicates in your data, handling blank cells, handling blank cells. That is the process of removing cells that nothing is in or using something to fill it up, trimming spaces, correcting inconsistent data, checking for the right data types, and text to columns, find and replace, and a whole lot of others, even checking for errors. So before us, we have a data that needs to be cleaned. First of all, we see some hash signs. This is telling us that the space that is assigned to this particular column is not enough. Rightly, you can just increase the column and everything would come to normal. But in a case where you have very large data, what do you do? So in a case like that, you highlight the entire data set, you go to Home, and then you go to Format Cells. Go to Format Cells and click on Auto Fit Row, and you go back and then click on Auto Fit Column. When you must have done that, you can see that your data is right the way it ought to be. Now, we look at the client data, the client column. You can see that all the data there is in capital letter. And we want to put it in small letters, and as well as remove those information that is in parentheses because it's of no use to us as it is looking. If we keep removing it one by one, it could be exhausting. So how do we do this? First of all, we need to insert another column. We highlight this and click on Ctrl+Shift+. A new column appears and we give it the name Client. This is our client column. Alright, so we go to this place, highlight this. Remember, we want to put it how? We want to put it all on lowercase and then remove the information that is in parentheses. So we click on equal to, and then we type lower. You type lower and then insert the cells or the column where we want the lower function to take effect. We could say C3. So we say C3 and we close it and we press enter. See what happens? So we can just come here and double click on this and it will take effect in all of that. Now, because this is a copy, column D is a copy of column C, and this was gotten based off on formulas, we would have to paste it as a value so that we can perform further cleaning on it. So we can copy, Ctrl C, you go to your Home tab, go to paste as value. Now we have it as values, and then you click on this, you click on escape, and this is that. So we can delete this column right away without any issue. Click on delete and it's out. So we're not done here. We need to remove the information contained in the parentheses. How do we do that? The column is highlighted already. you go to replace. What am I replacing? I want to replace every information that is inside the parenthesis. I need to replace it with asterisk represents information. Replace it with nothing. I'll click on replace all, and okay, everything is in order now. We close this. We go to the fourth column, which is column D. Looking at this column, we have some information in capital, some in small letter, some we have a mixture of both capital and small. How do we work on this? In this case, we are going to use two functions on one. We are going to trim this column, and we are equally going to use the proper function. The proper function would help us to arrange the names as it should be, and then the trim functions would cut off or cut out the excess space that is found in that column. So we go back here and click on Ctrl Shift plus. Here our contact. All right, so our formula equal to trim, or to trim then proper D3. Then we close it and press enter. Okay, we needed to use double braces to close it. Okay, so we see that this is in order now. So we have to double click, and every other thing follows suit. Like we did initially, we have to paste it as a value because it is a copy of this. Column E is a copy of column D, and this is a product of this formula. So I can't perform any other thing on it. I can't even delete column D because it is a copy of column E. So for me to be able to delete column D, I would have to paste this column E as a value. You copy, you go to home, go to paste, go to paste as values, yes, and that is that. You click escape. Then after that, I can now come and delete this. Now this is in order. Looking at the departments column, which is column E, we have both the departments and regions in the same place. So what do? We need to break the departments to be in one column and the region in one column, just like we did before. We will have to insert a fresh column here, and you do Ctrl Shift plus. Okay, so this is where we're going to run the analysis. So we click on this. This is where we're going to put our region. So we click on this, we go to data view, we go to text to columns, you click on next, you click on order. Because we don't have semicolon, we don't have column, we don't have space, we click on order, and the next, and what demarcates the department and the region is an underscore. So we use an underscore here, and you click next. This is a preview of what the data is going to look like. You click on next, yes, and then you click on finish. So this is what we have. All right, this is what we have here. This is region. This is the region, and this has to come to this side. I don't know why it's here. Okay, because Cloud Tech is here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you see that, but this. Okay, you see that the region has moved to one side, and the department to another column. So this is how to demarcate it. Now coming to this place, remember we said there are various cleaning functions that we can perform. Coming to this place, we have empty cells. We have empty cells that needs to be filled. Okay, it's not good to leave cells empty on your data set. So we need to fill it. We have transfer, we have PayPal, but we don't know what these things are. So we could just use NA or any other thing that you feel is that you can use to fill it, which is appropriate. So what do we do here? What should we do here? We would highlight this, and then you go back to our column, or you highlight the entire data set. You see Control A, because it will now look for every other place where we have empty cells. Go to spatial, go to blank, and then you click OK. Now it highlights all the empty spaces that we have, and you go to your formula bar, you type NA, and then you click on Control and enter. You see that it fills all the empty spaces that we have on our data set. It fills all of them, all the empty spaces that we have on our data set. All right, now the next here on our line here is the profit. This is not supposed to be here. We will do this again. The profits. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this. Now the profit margin. The profit margin, we can see that we have, okay, the profit margin is a product or a result of revenue minus profit, which will give us this. Revenue minus profit gives us this, and we can see that this is a formula, but then we get to see value with a hashtag and stuffs like that. So that means that something is wrong here. So it's not good to leave these things this way. How would you clean it up so that anybody looking at it will know that, okay, the reason we don't have any value here is because there's a wrong formula, or because there are no values there. So we get to our formula bar and we say if error, comma, please enter wrong. You can write anything you choose to, wrong or wrong formula, whatever you choose. Press enter. Just click on this and double click, and everything takes effect. All right, so we can equally check for duplicates on our data. We get to this place, Control A, we go to our data tab and click on this. These are the columns where I would need for it to check for duplicates. All right, and I'll say okay. He found 2 duplicates. Okay, click OK. Right, so all the duplicates have left this, but I need to delete this column here. I need to delete that column. Let's see what happened. I need to delete this. This is not supposed to be here, and this is not supposed to be here. I shouldn't have highlighted up to that point. Remember, I highlighted that point. That's why we have NA all over there. Okay, you delete this and then delete this one. Right, next on our list is Word. We can do what again? We can give our column headers a color if you choose to, but these that we have done are the basic things that you need to do when you get your data. You can give your column headers a color if you choose to. All right, you can give them a color if you choose to. It's this should be department here. I don't know what happened here. This should be department, yeah, and this should be region. I think it had to override something, so we could just highlight the entire row, go to your home button, fill it with this color, and then you can give your font something like this. You can increase the font size. And that will be that. So it's looking more like it here. So these are the ways, or this is the way that you can, make your data clean. We have checked for duplicates, we have removed the duplicates, we have trimmed our data, we have removed excess spaces in the data, we have filled missing values with NA, we have filled some missing values with the whatever value that we want to fill it with in the case of this place, because we need anybody looking at this data to know that the formula here is wrong. That is why we don't have anything here. All right, and then what else did we do? We have fitted our data into the right space that it ought to be. If you want to remove the grid lines, you click on view. After you must have highlighted the entire data, highlight the entire data, go to view and go to remove grid lines just here, and everything will go. All right, that is if you so desire. As it stands, this data is as clean as anything, and whatever analysis you run on this data, you would get the exact result that you need. Thank you.